The king of the jungle had an ego louder than his roar. And every morning, as he strode through the jungle, and all the jungle beasts just trembled in his wake, he marched straight up to that pond to have his morning drink of water. Coincidentally, a little mouse was living near the pond, and every time she looked at him, she admired his majesty, his strength, his power, his regal presence. So, out of great reverence and humility, she would bow to him and say, "Good morning, Your Majesty." Now, the lion saw the mouse, heard the mouse, but decided to ignore it. Why? Because it was below his dignity, emperor of the jungle, acknowledging this little pipsqueak. My market value will go down, he thought. This went on. Every morning, the same thing happened. One fine day, the lion of the jungle ventured into a part that he had never been to before. He was embracing his buccaneering spirit. So he goes into that little area, and suddenly the net falls. And he struggles, and the more he struggles to get out of that net, the tighter it becomes. And he looks everywhere for help. Nothing in sight. And he knows that these nets are laid by hunters who show up every morning, shortly before lunchtime, to see what these nets have captured. And if they saw him, his fate was sealed. The hours began passing. Night fell, the moon came up, and the lion began to pray. This great, majestic, almighty warrior, now helpless like a fallen leaf. And suddenly, he heard a little squeak. You guessed it. That very same mouse. And what was that mouse doing? He was biting away at the rope. And the lion just looked, and he recognized that mouse. And he just kept quiet. He didn't want to upset what was happening. The mouse kept on nibbling, nibbling. Finally, one paw of the lion could be free. Little more. Whole night he nibbled and nibbled and nibbled away till such time that lion could wrest himself off that net and get out. And then he looked at that mouse and he said, thank you, firstly, thank you. You've saved my life. But I'm deeply troubled about one important question. Every morning you used to say good morning to me, and I used to ignore you. How come you still went out of your way? You endangered your own life to save someone who treated you like you were nothing. Why? The mouse looked at him and said, I may be small. To you, I may be nothing. But I was raised to understand that importance and respect should be given to everyone, regardless of stature, regardless of wealth, regardless of size. Because you never know when you will need someone's help or someone will need your help. And this is what happens every day in the corporate world. Some of us just think that just because we have reached those pinnacles, that C-suite, those dizzy heights of success, we don't have time for the person who makes tea for us. Here's a tiny little sub-story of a very, very important, high-powered CEO trying to give a great presentation, audio, visual, this and one thing and the other, with all those cameras and projectors, pitching to a huge client, multi-million-dollar contract. And guess what? Just 5 minutes before the presentation could start, he found that his projector was not working. And yes, you guessed it, the only one who could fix that projector was the same young boy who worked in an IT store, gadget store, just below his office building. And every morning, that boy would see the CEO get out of his limousine and wish him good morning, and the CEO would not bother. Now he had to call him, and yes, you guessed it, that boy left everything he was doing, came to that place, helped fix the projector, thanks to which the CEO got his multi-million-dollar contract. So keep this at the back of your mind every day, and you will see the wisdom of this story bring you the success you deserve.